After months of planning this expedition, we're finally seeing the first blocks of ice, which means that we are really close to Antarctic Peninsula. It's really great that we're finally able to start this binational expedition between Chile and Argentina and National Geographic Pristine Seas.
The Pristine Seas team at National Geographic has spent over a decade exploring the last wild places in the ocean. To date, they've helped to protect almost 6 million square kilometers of ocean in marine protected areas. This is their first expedition to the Southern Ocean. Aboard the Chilean naval vessel, the OPV Marinero Fuente Alba, this international team of scientists, explorers, and filmmakers is getting its first glimpses of the Antarctic Peninsula.
I mean, the feeling to be in this remote place. You are kind of embraced by this landscape, the ice, and so remote from everything, from our daily life. It's a very special place.
Fue increíble. Fue llegar al continente y ver un paisaje completamente hermoso, lleno de montañas nevadas, lleno de glaciares, de iceberg moviéndose a la deriva con formas muy extrañas, con el agua cristalina. Con pingüinos, con ballenas, con focas, con un montón de vida en un lugar tan remoto y tan lejano.
The ocean here regulates the global climate, and the Antarctic Peninsula supports one of the largest food webs on Earth. It's an ecosystem that has evolved in perfect and fragile balance over thousands of years. But as the climate warms and as human activity continues to encroach on this area, that balance is faltering. The time is now to protect this world treasure, this thriving wilderness at the end of the Earth.
Oh, this is amazing. Not every day you're able to say that you set foot on a completely new continent. Oh, this is so hard to describe. Not everybody... sorry. Can't move my face. I feel cold, but it doesn't matter because it's so great to be here and everybody's already enjoying so much. The penguins, the water. It feels clean. It feels different. It's not like the continent. It's not like a country. This is completely different. It's more like going to the moon than going to a different continent. We are here at Fildes Bay and we have different research stations from different countries. Here you can see the Chilean station and there's the Russian station. You have the Chinese over there. So you can immediately see that there's an international environment.
3, 2, 1, Antarctica.
Antarctica.
This is a binational initiative. We have scientists from Chile and Argentina working together for science and to protect Antarctica. Chile and Argentina are claiming territory over the same piece of Antarctica, so one might expect them to compete over that. Instead, these countries have decided to collaborate in Antarctica, and that's quite a remarkable message, I think, for the rest of the world. Collaboration and not competition will be the way to better manage Antarctica for the future.
Nos ha tocado apoyar a los científicos argentinos y científicos chilenos también apoyados por la Armada Argentina para el desarrollo y la seguridad que tenemos que realizar como ambas instituciones en estos mares, estos bravos mares del sur. Ya va de la mano también con la tarea que hace la Marina de Chile en custodiar y proteger los recursos vivos marinos.
Chile and Argentina have recently put forward a proposal to protect Antarctic Peninsula's ocean. We've organized this expedition to fill some scientific gaps.
For 2 weeks, the expedition will travel from the South Shetland Islands along the coast of the western Antarctic Peninsula. These scientists will scuba dive in the frigid Antarctic waters, survey penguin colonies, and deploy deep water cameras. The data they collect will support the proposal for a marine protected area that Argentina and Chile have developed in the context of a Convention for the Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources, or CAMLAR. The proposal is the result of many years of work in collaboration with other CAMLAR member states, which have also contributed important data. The need for this protection is urgent. The ecological balance in the western Antarctic Peninsula is at a tipping point.
Yeah, the Antarctic Peninsula is one of the most important areas in Antarctica and also one of the most fragile areas in Antarctica. It's an area visited by more than 40,000 tourists a year. It's an area where the krill fishery is concentrating, and also the area where the impact of climate change is very, very strong.
Antarctica is ground zero for climate change. Things are changing faster here than almost anywhere else on Earth. So it's imperative that we collect good scientific data, get good information to help conserve this place now, because there's no place like Antarctica on Earth. We're here in Filder's Bay, first dive on the expedition, first time in Antarctica. I have no idea what I'm going to see. Kind of a mix of trepidation and excitement. It's pretty cold out there, and it's definitely going to be cold underwater. Kitting up to go diving in the Antarctic is not for the faint of heart. The amount of gear that we have to put on to actually get in the water. Remember, the water is sub-freezing. Hypothermia can set in almost immediately if you're exposed to the elements out here. Having spent much of my career in the tropics, this is an entirely new world to me. It's quite a shock to the system when you jump in the water. Immediately your face goes numb, your head goes numb. You're really at the limits of the ability of the gear to survive in this harsh environment. Nothing really prepares you for jumping in freezing water. You expect Antarctica to be dreary and lifeless, not very colorful. But once you get down, it's amazing. The diversity of life is pretty incredible. There are these sea squirts and sponges and soft corals and everything you could possibly imagine.
The species who have managed to thrive in this harsh environment evolved together in very stable and very cold conditions over thousands of years. They depend on each other to survive.
What I saw underwater, it's far exceeded my expectations. I knew it was interesting underwater, but I didn't realize how amazing it actually was. How life has just not only persisted, but thrived in this place. It pretty much blows me away. So thrilled to have the experience to come down here and see what's going on and learn from people who've been working in Antarctica for a long time, our Chilean and Argentinian colleagues.
Nice.
Yeah, good one.
The scientists from Argentina and Chile have been documenting the effects of climate change on the ocean here for many years.
Quería estudiar cómo las comunidades del fondo del mar están respondiendo al retroceso de los glaciares. Básicamente lo que hacemos nosotros es, a través de transectas fotográficas a lo largo de una línea recta, es ir cuantificando la diversidad que hay en el fondo del mar. Repitiendo los mismos puntos de muestreo, con las mismas técnicas, podemos ver cómo va cambiando la estructura de las comunidades debido al retroceso de los glaciares. Cuando un glaciar retrocede o cuando se pierde hielo antártico, no solo se está perdiendo un paisaje bonito, único, sino que eso tiene profundas influencias en un montón de procesos biológicos que aún desconocemos.
I've been monitoring sponges, trying to assess their responses to climate change, mainly to increased temperature. They're normally good indicators because when the environment is changing, they're not able to escape. So far, we have been detecting that some sponges might be able to cope with an increase in temperature of about 2 degrees. We don't know what's going to happen if the water temperature increases a few degrees more.
Things can become out of balance very, very quickly. If we lose one of those elements, the entire ecosystem is in danger of collapse.
Chile and Argentina both have scientific research stations on the western Antarctic Peninsula. They've seen the changes here firsthand.
Para Argentina, la ciencia en la Antártida es una política de Estado, ¿sí? Hace casi 100 años más que Argentina hace ciencia en la Antártida y en base Carlini especialmente podemos estar orgullosos de venir recolectando datos que tienen que ver con el cambio climático desde hace más de 20 años.
La base Arturo Prat fue inaugurado el 6 de febrero de 1947. Tenemos datos meteorológicos que datan del año 1947. Antiguamente, hace 20 años, el congelamiento del mar duraba 4 meses, 6 meses. Ahora, actualmente está durando entre un mes a un mes y medio. Ha ido cambiando el clima acá en la Antártida.
Though Antarctica can seem so vast and remote that it's hard to imagine our impact here, history has shown what catastrophic consequences human actions can have.
Sometimes we think about Antarctica like a pristine place. It's pristine in some areas, but in other aspects like whales, I mean, the exploitation was very severe. We almost brought blue whales and humpback whales to extinction.
In the early 20th century, Deception Island, the caldera of a still active volcano, became a massive whale processing station. Some of the haunted remains still stand more than 100 years later.
So there was a huge operation going on here. The smell of this place should have been awful those days.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
The whole bay was covered by blood, so the water was really reddish, and you have all these, dead whales floating around, and then they would store the oil coming out of the blubber in the big barrels.
So these are the remains of a dark time here.
Remaining of the dark time, yeah. Anytime I get there and I see the remainings of the whale station, it comes to my mind all the pictures of all the whales floating dead in that bay. And I always go back to that sad feeling of the things that we can do wrong.
"99% of the blue whale population in Antarctica was killed during industrial whaling. It's estimated that more than 1 million whales in all were killed.
These populations are, although they're recovering, they didn't recover to the pre-exploitation times, so it's very uncertain if they will recover. It's very important to remember the history of this place and the overexploitation that was happening here, so that we learn from the past and we don't repeat the same mistake. When we look at the management of the Antarctic krill fishery, which is going on, which is the largest fishery actually in the Southern Ocean, and it's key that we do it in the right way, because all species that live here in this area, they depend on krill, because they eat krill or something that eats krill.
There are different ways of killing wildlife. In the past, we hunted them. Now we are taking the food that the whales need to survive.
Krill, tiny crustaceans that are only a few centimeters long, are the basis for all life in Antarctica. They're also sought after by humans.
La pesquería comercial empezó más o menos en los años 60 y se fue intensificando desde ese momento.
The problem with the krill fishery is not so much how much krill they're fishing. It's about how much, when, and where. Fishing has been concentrating, especially in the last 10 years, in certain areas which are very important foraging areas for penguins, seals, whales, and so on.
Without enough krill in these waters, the whales and other animals won't survive. Every summer, thousands of humpback whales travel to the ice-free waters of Antarctica, a journey of more than 8,000 kilometers for some. Once they arrive, they begin a mysterious ritual. Working together, one whale will begin a deep dive, followed by several other members of the pod. Communicating through their eerie song, they stay in a tight formation. They exhale through their blowholes underwater, creating large bubbles that rise to the surface. They swim in a careful pattern that's only revealed from above. But this spiral isn't just art. It's a bubble net for catching krill. This ingenious cooperative hunting technique herds the krill into a smaller and smaller space. Then, the whales swim up through the spiral, scooping up krill by the millions in one massive gulp. An adult humpback whale can eat 1,400 kilograms of food a day. This summer krill feast is critical. It's the humpback's primary meal for the year, allowing them to store up the fat reserves that they live off through the winter when they breed and give birth. So knowing where krill congregate is one of the keys to protecting the wildlife here.
Los estados tempranos del krill pueden ser capturados con estas redes de plancton y por lo tanto podemos determinar si estas son o siguen siendo áreas de crecimiento, áreas de crianza para el krill.
Krill feed close to the ocean's surface at night, but often sink deeper in the water column during the day, out of reach of the plankton nets. To get a better picture of the krill populations, the scientists must go deep too.
So a drop camera, basically it's a robotic camera system. It allows us to, from any ship or any small boat, do a deep sea survey.
The cameras reveal krill on every deployment, at times with more than 100 individuals per frame.
Podemos determinar que estas son áreas importantes para la crianza del krill. Esto significa entonces que estas áreas debemos preservarlas.
Another clue about the health of the krill population can be found with one of Antarctica's most charismatic creatures.
Los pingüinos son utilizados como indicadores del estado del ecosistema. ¿Por qué? Es muy difícil saber qué es lo que pasa en el mar. Es muy difícil de monitorear. Entonces utilizamos especies que nos permiten entender qué es lo que está pasando en el ecosistema. Hay una relación entre la cantidad o la disponibilidad de alimento y su éxito reproductivo. En general, llegan los adultos a principios del verano austral, cuando se retira el hielo. Se forman los nidos y a la cópula, después la hembra pone los huevos y empiezan a hacer turnos de incubación. Cuando aumenta el tamaño de los pichones, los adultos ambos adultos a ir al mar a buscar alimento porque los requerimientos de los pichones son cada vez mayores. si el krill es abundante, más probabilidades de sobrevivir tienen. Lo que intentamos es estar al inicio de la reproducción, entonces podemos medir, pesamos a los adultos que llegan a reproducir para saber las condiciones iniciales. Sabemos si llegan en buenas o malas condiciones y eso nos indica de qué manera, cómo fue el invierno, si había o no había mucho alimento. En las colonias que nosotros trabajamos, un 70% de las colonias se redujo el tamaño en un 70%. La verdad es un número que preocupa. Grandes fallas. Es triste, es triste. Sabemos que la Antártida, que la península antártica está cambiando y muy rápidamente. Lo único que nosotros podemos manejar de estos factores es la pesca. Y la pesca es un competidor por el recurso, por su alimento. Entonces, eso es lo que nosotros estamos tratando de entender. ¿Cuánto se puede pescar para que no afecte a las poblaciones, ni a las presas ni a sus predadores?
How was it? Well, I can't feel my mouth right now, so it's kind of hard to talk, but the dive was gorgeous. It's very cool, huh?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
See the huge sponges?
Yeah. How deep did you go?
40?
Yeah, 35. It got so different down deeper. But did you see all the krill?
Eh?
All the krill.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
They're all in the Marestia.
I saw a giant isopod eating a krill.
No.
It was like,
Really?
awesome.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
I was like, how Cesar?
With over 130 dives and almost 90 hours underwater, this expedition is adding another chapter in the more than 150 layers of scientific data that Argentina and Chile have been gathering over the last decade.
Another unique things with this fish is the rate of endemism. It's very high. It's the highest is 88%.
Yeah, almost all the fish here are found nowhere else on Earth.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that's
yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
All of this data informs the joint proposal of a marine protected area that will benefit both the ecosystem and the fisheries.
Marine protected areas have multiple benefits. It's not just about conserving what's taking place within those protected areas. You're going to have more animals. They can produce more offspring that can benefit the areas outside of that protected area and be available to fishing.
The establishment of a marine protected area in the western Antarctic Peninsula will only displace the fishing effort to a limited extent and would ensure the health of the krill stock.
Antarctica is a vast area, so there's room for strict conservation and also management for the krill fishery.
A key component to management is monitoring the environment, and there are no better partners for this in these waters than Chile and Argentina. For over 20 years, these two countries have been jointly performing monitoring operations, which provide them with an unmatched knowledge of the region.
Nosotros todos los años, a través de la planificación anual de la Armada, tenemos que realizar tareas de control de la pesca que se realiza en esta agua a través del registro de las naves que realizan este trabajo, que es extracción de krill mayormente. Nosotros estamos llevando a que esa mantención del ecosistema antártico se mantenga. Quizá nosotros a esta altura de la vía no lo vamos a poder determinar, quizá
en unos 20, 30, 50, 100 años más vamos a poder ver la necesidad o lo bien que quizás hicimos en cuidar y custodiar estos mares.
When countries collaborate to put effective protection, management, and enforcement in place, wildlife can recover. In the 1960s, the international community banned commercial hunting of humpback whales in the Southern Ocean. Recent studies suggest the Antarctic humpback whale population is now rising by 7 to 10% each year.
But whales are something, they're animals that are very, very different. You know, it's like you see a whale and you can connect. And there was a moment that a whale went under our Zodiac. That was a moment of joy, and it's like so close to the animal. If you want it, you can touch them, you don't, but you could. And they're just staring at you, looking at you. It's like friends.
We came here to explore an area that has been proposed for protection by Chile and Argentina. And now I'm more sure than ever that this place has to be protected.
Antarctica can be an example to the world of what the international community can accomplish when it comes together and puts the environment first. From the humble krill all the way up to the majestic humpback, the Antarctic Peninsula is a place of unparalleled beauty, of irreplaceable importance. A frozen paradise at the end of the Earth.